Well, it's taken me a lot of thought and some time to kind of figure out how I'm going to share this with you guys. And it's about our very, very loved Leo.
Oh, hey everybody, I'm Bill.
And I'm Elizabeth. Live simple.
Live free.
We have absolutely loved Leo for like 10 years. He was born in the summer of 2012, and he's fine, by the way. He's very fine, very, very fine. But I've been having to put some thought into this decision for a very long time. One of the issues that we have really kind of been dealing with is that we have so many family members that are really allergic to cats. Family members and some friends at church that can't even come in our house because of Leo having all that lovely fur, even though he gets combed and taken care of all the time. So a lot of people with allergies, including close family members that have pretty bad allergies. And then I just was just getting sicker and sicker. And so I was talking to a pulmonologist, and she said, "You happen to have any pets?" And I said, "Yeah, we have a Maine Coon." And she kind of got a look on her face like, well, she said, I just don't think that's a very good idea with your breathing issues. And I'm like, oh man, you're kidding. Anyway, so he is the sweetest animal. I mean, he would come and crawl under the covers between the two of us and just turn around and lay down like a little puff, and just have his little face there right in between us, all cuddled warm under the covers, and always coming up and patting you like, hey, can I have some attention now? He had to sit on my computer every time I was working on something. But anyway, all right. After a great deal of prayer and thought, we just kind of had to come to the realization that it might be a good idea to find him a really loving, amazing, good home. And I was talking to some people at church and just letting them know that I was afraid I was going to have to maybe find a home for a gorgeous boy. And this really lovely young woman that I've gotten to know piped up and she said, oh, if you really need to find him a home, she said, we would love him. We would take him in absolutely.
Now, this is a woman who's been here and met him.
Yes.
And knows him.
Yeah. She had been to the house. I was working with her on voice lessons. She'd been to the house and just loved him. She knew what he was like, and they'd already kind of made friends. And they have another cat. It's just a very lovely young family. And I was not quite sure how Leo was going to take to having another cat around, because he's just always been an only cat. Yeah. Since when I got him, he was a little kitten.
Well, he was not only an only cat, but he was an indoor cat, so he never saw another cat when he was out roaming out, because he never did.
Yeah. He was an inside kitty. He was never a tiny kitten, but I mean, he was a very young kitten when we got him. We got him because I had just had the stroke, and Bill knew how much it would mean to me just to have somebody to hug and love and have for company during a lot of those long days, right after when I was trying to heal. And it's 10 and a half years ago now. So anyway, we had her and her husband, they have a child, come over and meet him, and everybody just fell in love with him. And they love cats anyway, and so, man, I gathered up everything I could find. We are preppers, and so we gave away so much cat food and cat litter, and I mean, I think
we had like 500 pounds of cat food.
No.
We had these big 50-pound bags of cat food, and we had a whole bunch of them. I don't know how many we had, but it was a bunch.
Yeah, because we always wanted to make sure we were set in case of an emergency. Good dry food that he'd always done very well with. And I gathered everything I could possibly think of that he was familiar with. They took his cat box, they took all this stuff that I've had for him and bundled everything all up. And of course, we can stay in touch. She sends pictures, and it's a very loving family. I mean, it took him a little bit to get used to their other cat. In fact, I guess at first Leo was their upstairs cat and the other cat was their downstairs cat. but he started showing affection to them very quickly, and apparently now the cats are buddies. They run around chasing each other, and he loves to lay on anything soft they have laying around, which is fully normal.
Leo always used to come up to me and just pat me on the shoulder and then crawl into my lap.
Yeah.
And I saw her at church a couple weeks after we dropped Leo off, and she said that he had stayed, initially the first couple of days, he had stayed in a closet for like 3 days.
Yeah, they had everything in there. It was a big, like, walk-in pantry thing. They had everything he needed in there, and they kept the door. I mean, he could get out, but they didn't let the other cat in. They were trying to help him calm down and feel comfortable.
And she said that he stayed in there for 3 days, and then he just came out like nothing was wrong.
Yeah.
And it took him a while to get used to it. And then they had the separation upstairs and downstairs with the cats.
Yeah.
But then she told me that her husband was sitting there, came home from work and was sitting in a recliner, and Leo came up to him and patted him on the leg and crawled into his lap.
Oh.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't.
That just made me feel really good.
Yep.
To know that he has adjusted that well.
Yeah, he is being loved and loved and loved. They really enjoy him. He's got a cat to play with if it doesn't happen to be anybody at home. Their little girl is going to probably just love him to pieces. I know my grandkids certainly have through the years. And I didn't record. I'll be honest, I didn't record when we were letting him go. Just having him go home with them, because I was just sobbing too hard. I just, you grieve. I just absolutely sobbed. But a little bit of time has gone by now, and I know that he's fine. They really love him, and I've been able to find out how he's doing. And it's the most important thing was that he be in a really good situation where he could feel loved and secure. And I just think in the long run, this has probably been a pretty good decision on our part. We miss him. It's taken ages for me now to expect him to come running up when I get home, or jump up on my computer, or be dub back and forth across the bed when I'm trying to sleep and trying to crawl under the covers and all the Leo stuff. I haven't stepped on any recent cat hairball throw up or anything. That's just part of having a cat. But we know that he's doing really well, and so I just need to be able to know people can come to my house. But the main thing is I've just had to reduce my own allergen situation, and also honestly, if we do end up being able to do some traveling like we'd really like to, I just he was adapting traveling with us, but I don't know how much he ever really enjoyed it.
No, he wasn't.
Well, once we would stop, he was okay. But the traveling itself, he just never, it wasn't like he was miserable, but he was never really thrilled about it. And so, he's just got people coming home to him all the time now. And, he's a very, very, very healthy 10-year-old cat. Go ahead.
Now we are planning on going back and forth between here and Florida on a regular basis, and just the travel, he just didn't like it. He just didn't like it. And also, we're not going to be doing this now because we're working on our Florida house, but we still have plans to maybe do some travel in a camper van or something like that. And it's just not fair to him when it makes him so unhappy.
Well, and you always have to make sure that if you stop there's no way that anything's going to get too hot. Mm-hmm. But like I said, we'd have managed to figure something out with traveling. Mm-hmm. But I realized that I kind of had to make this decision just in terms of health for me, and actually for some other people that I love too. I took him to the vet right before I sent him home with that nice family, and everything was 100% healthy and good. All his shots are caught up, and I was able to give them a really clean bill of health, and anything I could think of. If there was anything cat related around here, bless their hearts, it went home with them just in case. So, but like I said, it's a very nice couple, nice little girl. He's liable to live a long time. He's a very healthy, beautiful animal, and I think he's just gonna really enjoy this new chapter in his life. Mm-hmm. And I can still cry thinking about it, but I think I'm at peace that we needed to do this, and it was a good idea. So I know how much you guys have enjoyed seeing him. I'm going to try to give you some really fun shots of him that I have, and good memories and everything. And I feel very privileged to have had such a gentle, loving animal. And Maine Coons are just amazing cats anyway. And he just could not have been sweeter. I had no qualms with them taking him home in terms of his personality. So.
Well, you know, through the years, we had a dog, Pepper, for 17 years.
17 and a half years, Pepper.
And we had several different cats.
Yeah.
Our most beloved cat. His name was Sundance, but you looked into his eyes and nothing was there. And so we called him Moose. Moosey.
Moosey. He was the sweetest, clunkiest animal.
But, you know, in all the animals that we've had, Leo was by far the most endearing, the most loving, the most friendly. Yeah. He was just an amazing cat. He was a Maine Coon, and they call them gentle giants because they're so gentle and friendly and loving. If you're looking for a cat, Maine Coon is the way to go. And they're about 3 times as big as any other cat around, too.
I got to admit, there was an element of like, it's really cool that I have such a cool cat.
Yeah.
You know? It was a kind of a fun feeling. You know, people would look at him and go, wow, you know. And yeah. And they're just insanely soft. I mean, they're rabbit fur soft. You know, it's amazing. But yeah, I feel like it was an important decision, and it was hard, but I think it's been a good one. And so as long as I know he's okay, we just want to do the very best we could for him. And I just need to take any step that I can to try to get really better again. So, yep. All right, listen, we love you guys. I'm going to share some more about Leo with you. And so we love you, and I'm thankful that you've enjoyed him so much. So, that's not an easy one. Okay, all right.
So thanks for watching, and watch the pictures of Leo coming up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, live simple.
Live free.
You be blessed.
Yeah. We very much love you, and of course you'll be seeing us again soon. Bye-bye. Are you going to let me work at my computer, huh? Hey. Hey. Now see, I can just... Oh. Oh. You just like the loving, don't you? I gotta go through all these papers and stuff. Yeah. Pet me, oh, pet me, oh, pet me. Yeah, watch, pat, pat. Yeah, oh, you sweet boy. Mm-hmm.